Hi everyone, welcome to Take and Make Crafts at the Rockville Central Library with Miss Liz. This week we're going to turn a caterpillar into a butterfly. So our craft comes in this brown bag as usual, and you'll have a coffee filter, some pom-poms, some googly eyes, some green paper, toilet paper roll, and a clothespin. So here's our butterfly. First, it's a caterpillar, so it's inside, just like a butterfly's inside the chrysalis. Then it comes out, and it's a beautiful butterfly. And then you can wrap its wings and change it back into the caterpillar. So that's our craft this week. So you will have your coffee filter, and the first thing you'll do is put it on top of a bunch of newspapers, and then you're going to color it completely with all different colors that ever you want with washable markers, and get it all the way to the ends, because then it will look the prettiest. And while it's on the newspaper, then you'll squirt some water with a spray bottle, or you'll flick just like we did with this shamrock sun catcher, and you'll get it to be it'll all bleed together and be really nice. Then put it aside and let it dry on top of your newspaper. Then if you like, take your googly eyes carefully off of the green paper, and you can glue it onto one of your green pom-poms. And then you can take your green paper and wrap it around your toilet paper roll. So then it covers up. The toilet paper roll looks a little bit nicer. Then you can take your clothespin and put some glue on top, and then glue your 4 pom-poms on top, and put the one with the eyes right in the front. Then when your coffee filter is completely dry, then you open up and you stick it inside, and then you can wrap the leaves around like I showed you with our guy right here. Just stick it all the way down. I just stuck my coffee filter, pinched it in the middle and stuck it down. Then you folded it up and put it inside the chrysalis, and then your beautiful butterfly will be ready for you. So maybe you'll see some butterflies in your garden this year. I don't know. That would be really nice though. All right, so that's our craft for this week. And now we'll read some stories about butterflies and caterpillars. First book is Don't Worry, Bear by Greg Foley. Don't worry, bear. Late one afternoon, a little bear found a caterpillar hard at work. "What are you doing?" asked Bear. "I'm making a cocoon," said Caterpillar. "I'll stay inside for a while, but I promise you'll see me again." Now, moths make cocoons, and moths come from cocoons, and butterflies come from chrysalises. That night, Bear got worried. He came to check the cocoon. Caterpillar said, "Don't worry, Bear. I'm not afraid of the dark." He came again on a windy day. Caterpillar said, "Don't worry, Bear. A little wind doesn't bother me." He came when it rained. Caterpillar said, "Don't worry, Bear. I'm not getting wet." See him right there? He came when it got cold. Caterpillar said, "Don't worry, Bear. I'm very warm and cozy." Bear does look very worried. He brought Mouse to see the cocoon. Mouse said, "Don't worry, Bear. I think Caterpillar's sleeping." The little bear stopped worrying about Caterpillar until one day he came and the cocoon, or the chrysalis, was on the floor. Bear found the cocoon empty. Then he started worrying all over again. While Bear was worrying, a beautiful silk moth fluttered by. Bear said, "Caterpillar is gone. I'm afraid I'll never see him again." The silk moth landed on Bear's paw. "Don't worry, Bear," he said. "I'm right here." Oh, that's so nice. That's Don't Worry, Bear by Greg Foley. Now this one's called Houdini, the amazing caterpillar. Houdini was a famous magician many, many years ago, and this caterpillar is named after him. This is The Amazing Houdini by Janet Pedersen. You will do amazing and magical things, Houdini, whispered Houdini's mother when he was just a tiny egg nestled upon a bright green leaf. Soon Houdini grew into a caterpillar with bold stripes, a big smile, and a hearty appetite. And when he suddenly found himself in a new place with many curious faces peering at him, Houdini knew it was finally his moment to do amazing and magical things. Come close, watch as I make this tasty leaf vanish. Burp. His audience loved him. Ta-da! And now it will crawl across his high wire stick without falling. Ta-da! His audience made drawings of him. Perhaps I look small to you, no bigger than your little finger, but step closer and watch me grow before your very eyes. Oh, he'd left his skin behind. His audience brought him fresh leaves so he could do his vanishing act all over again. Ooh, ah, they cried. Houdini smiled his big smile and bowed in appreciation. How he loved being in the spotlight. Ta-da! But gradually, Houdini noticed his audience was becoming interested in other acts. When a turtle arrived, the crowd patiently waited for it to emerge from its shell. Some performance, thought Houdini with a yawn. Then a spider showed up. Houdini couldn't understand what the big deal was, but the audience was as curious as ever. Houdini decided it was time to spice up his performances to make them even more amazing. Instead of just stepping out of his skin, Houdini rolled out. He added a daring backflip to his high wire stick routine. He performed his vanishing leaf act with astonishing speed. Every now and then a small audience gathered, but there were no longer the crowds. For the first time, Houdini felt neither amazing nor magical. One night, under the light of a full moon, Houdini munched and thought and munched. What could he do to win back his audience? Looking around, he had to admit the turtle's new act showed courage. The classroom plant was a sight to behold, and even though Houdini could spot the thread, the spider's latest trick was quite successful. Then he noticed something else. On the wall before him were colorful drawings. They were bright and bold, and they made Houdini smile. There's the stages of the caterpillar. Egg, caterpillar, chrysalis. Suddenly he knew just what his next act would be. It would be the most daring act ever. It would take much concentration and skill, but Houdini felt ready. His audience would not want to miss it. Houdini broke free of his skin one last time. There he is, leaving it on the branch. Then he climbed to the very center of the high wire stick and hung, suspended in air. And that night, and all the next day, Houdini held his pose. His audience discovered him. They crowded around him. They made new drawings of him. There's his chrysalis. I don't know if any of you remember, but we at the library we have a butterfly net, and we kept butterflies in there, but we couldn't do it last year. Maybe this year, or maybe next year, we'll see. So they made drawings of Houdini and his chrysalis. For almost 2 weeks, Houdini held his pose. Without food, without water, without taking a break, and his audience watched in anticipation. You could see they're counting down and taking notes. Then one morning, Houdini opened his eyes. Curious faces were peering at him. Houdini smiled his big smile, happy to be in the spotlight once again. Gather close, this is the moment I will break free. Houdini twisted. He squirmed. Ta-da! Beautiful butterfly. Oh, ah, he heard as his new wings lifted him higher and higher. Houdini bowed his head in appreciation. He, too, was amazed at the magic inside him. The end. And in the back it has the stages of the monarch butterflies. It's a metamorphosis, which means change of form in 4 stages: egg, caterpillar, chrysalis, and butterfly. The end. That's Houdini, The Amazing Caterpillar by Janet Pedersen. Then we have one last book, 10 Little Caterpillars by Bill Martin Jr. The first little caterpillar crawled into a bower. The second little caterpillar wiggled up a flower. The third little caterpillar climbed a cabbage head. The fourth little caterpillar found a melon bed. The fifth little caterpillar sailed a garden pool. The sixth little caterpillar was carried off to school. The seventh little caterpillar met a hungry wren. Oh no, I hope he doesn't get eaten. The eighth little caterpillar was frightened by a hen. The ninth little caterpillar fell into the sea. Oh no. The 10th little caterpillar scaled an apple tree, eating the leaves, and hung there patiently. That's the chrysalis of a tiger swallowtail butterfly. That's different than the monarch we just read. Until by and by, the 10th little caterpillar became a butterfly. And there's all its many stages and the different kinds. And that is 10 Little Caterpillars by Bill Martin Jr. Now I will say goodbye until the next time. Thanks for joining me at the Rockville Center Library with Take and Make Crafts. See you soon from Miss Liz. Bye now.